I think it's as important what not to eat as what to eat, you know, and that's because, you know, you eat meat, you eat fat. Fat's very good for you. Cholesterol is actually very good for you. It's what our hormones are made out of. All our cells are made out of it. Our brain is made out of it. So these are very important nutrients that we need. But more than that, like these other things actually cause harm. And so especially when you see like different diseases, I don't think of them as diseases per se. I think of them as toxicities and malnutrition. Toxic buildup of a species inappropriate diet and a lack of species specific nutrition, namely too many plants that we weren't designed to eat and they're causing harm, and not enough meat that we're getting, you know, proper adequate nutrition from. So with autoimmune especially, I mean, that's and even diabetes and all these other things, you can actually reverse these things and significantly improve them, if not completely eradicate them in an individual, by just eliminating out certain things. So you can actually get benefits by going on a specific sort of vegetarian, vegan, whatever. You're cutting out all these processed foods, these sugars, these processed carbs, things like that. You can actually get improvement on that. But what does that mean? That means that there's something in the food that's causing that disease.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And so what a carnivore diet is, it's our biologically appropriate diet, is what we are designed to eat, is what our ancestors have been eating for literally millions of years since the dawn of time. And and what it does is it eliminates out all of these other things that can cause harm. And so, you know, you're never going to get a better elimination diet than that.
Yeah. Because I've had obviously a few friends do the raw vegan, do the carnivore, and they've all had the same effect. And for me, it was always like, well, that's because you're eliminating all the fucking processed shit that we've been programmed to eat consistently, like even cereal, for example.
Almost by default, you get all of these benefits because you cut out all that processed food and the stuff that's naturally not good for you.
Yeah. And so, and then how much of that is specifically it's just by eliminating it, or but then you're obviously adding to it with this meat?
Well, it's both too, you know, because I mean, certain things like, I mean, look at Alzheimer's, right? You know, your brain is degrading. You can look on MRIs; it's really just shrinking down like a shriveled walnut, you know, and so you're actually losing, you know, mass of your brain, right?
Wow.
And so there are a lot of reasons for that. If you're eating carbohydrates, you can get insulin resistant, okay, but that goes for your brain too. Your brain is tissue that can become insulin resistant. So after a while, you're not getting all the requisite energy into your brain. It starts degrading. Also, you need these essential fatty acids to grow your brain. You need cholesterol to grow your brain, or at least maintain your brain as well after you've grown it. And this is doubly important for kids who are developing. Their brains will not grow and will not develop to their potential if they're not getting enough fat and meat, and if they're eating too many plants that are actually, you know, retarding the development of their brain. We can look at this since before the agricultural revolution. The average human brain size, adult male brain size, was 11% larger than it is now. Jeez. I think that's purely from a nutritional deficit that we've been having. So, so this goes back to when I learned, you know, back in cancer biology, and when I stopped eating plants, we went over all that again. That, you know, plants use defense chemicals. That's their defense, right? Everything has defense, right? Animals can run away or fight back or hide. They have camouflage. Plants cannot run away. They cannot fight back physically, right? So they need to use other means. They can have spikes. They can have thick bark. They have all these different sorts of defenses, these barrier defenses. But if you get down to the actual flesh of the plant, they need something else. And so they actually have poisons that they can produce. And they're quite abundant, as we know from the work of Bruce Ames. And I remember, you know, learning this and from a cancer perspective, because it's a cancer biology class. And we learned pretty much in the first week that things like Brussels sprouts had 136 identified human carcinogens in them.
So
at that point,
our parents trying to kill us as kids.
Shit. That's it.
So eat your Brussels sprouts. I don't want any more kids.
I got Brussels sprouts at home. Damn it.
But who likes Brussels sprouts? I mean,
Yeah, not me. I'm eating it for health.
Yeah,
apparently.
They do taste a little bit poisonous, man.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like,
there was a Simpsons thing where they talked about like, you know, it was one of those joke ones, like Homer like choked on some broccoli or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh yeah, broccoli is one of the most deadly things out there. It's just like, what,
to
broccoli?
him it. Yeah.
And he's just like, yeah, well, they try to warn you with their horrible taste.
That's again Simpsons predicting the future.
That's it. Yeah, but it's exactly right. That is actually biologically very accurate, because, you know, that bad taste
Yeah.
is a signal from your brain and your tongue telling you don't eat this. You naturally want to go, spit it out, right? So that's like a Mr. Yuck sticker, like just in your body saying, like, do not eat this. So anything that tastes bitter, tastes bad, tastes extreme, you're just going like, ugh, I don't like that. Anything that a kid would sort of turn their nose at, you probably should think about that because they're closer to their genetics. We can override this, you know? I mean, like, sure, most people here like drinking alcohol, but like, did we like that when it first started? It tasted like fish juice.
Yeah, it's not
You know? It was disgusting. But it's an acquired taste, is how they call it.
So the Italians, like, what happens there? Because everything's delicious. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll eat it.
But you can make something taste better, right? So a potato. Have you ever had a raw potato?
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's really bitter. It's really gross. I remember trying that when I was a kid. I was like, what does that taste like? I'm like, it actually looks like it probably tastes horrible.
I did that with garlic.
Yeah.
Because I was backpacking. I was 18 and someone taught me how to cook, like as I was a grown man.
Yeah.
And we cooked the garlic. I was like, this smells so fucking good. It must taste delicious. And I just chucked a massive started chewing. And it was fucked. I was like, what the fuck? This tastes nothing like it smells.
Yeah. So so it's the thing. You know, those extreme tastes, they can just warn you away that there's something in here that you don't want.
Yeah.